All right, guys. The Utah Jazz just barely squeaked one out against the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is the Hoops Nerd Show. All right, we're live streaming today. I'm doing it on the computer. I don't know if the sound is going to be better. I didn't know if that was my crappy phone last time or if it's an internet thing, but we're trying it out on the laptop today. It's the best we can do right now until I get back to home, which is tomorrow. So we'll get back to regular post games and videos next time. All right, guys, I've got to say one thing. Well, first, let's talk about Oklahoma City. This is a rough couple of games for the Utah Jazz because the Oklahoma City Thunder are in this to, they're in this to kind of lose games. They've got a nice cornerstone piece in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And I got to say that Lou Dort, I can't remember his first name. I know it's like Lou Gotts or Lou Gans Dort, whatever it is. He was incredible guarding. I just think of him as Dort. He was incredible guarding James Harden in the playoffs last year. Unbelievable. So we should not be surprised that he does an incredible job on Donovan Mitchell. He's an incredible defender, and I'm not going to lie. This guy is probably first team all defense, even DPOY candidate Dort, because his perimeter defense is unbelievable. His ability to guard James Harden in the playoffs like he did with size. And James Harden's a big dude. He does big man moves. And Dort was every bit able to stick with Harden. And then the fact that he's quick enough to stay with someone like Donovan Mitchell is unbelievable. He is arguably, just from what I've seen, one of the most versatile defenders in the league, easily. And the fact that he now hits shots at a high clip. I mean, he's not going to do this every game, but he had a big game against Houston last year. They dang near won Game 7 because of Dort's three-point shooting. And he did it tonight. He hit 5 threes and was just an incredible asset for the Thunder. So I think you've got to think of SGA and Dort as like two really nice pieces to move forward for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, if they can get like another nice piece in this upcoming draft, they've got 1 million draft picks that they can add to their team and get some other guys. They all of a sudden become a real team really quick. So the Thunder have a very clear plan. They look like they're doing, a good job doing what they need to do to become a better team. The team building is great. I do like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I don't know how good he's going to be, but so far he looks like a very nice starter on a contender. I don't know if he's the guy that can lead you to a championship, but he definitely looks like maybe the second or third option of a really, really good contending team. And then you've got like a game-changing defender in Dort. That's stuff to like if you're the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right. It's time for some truth serum for the Jazz. It's time to speak some honesty, because right now we have given out 2 max contracts. 1 to Rudy Gobert and 1 to Donovan Mitchell. And one of those players is these last 2 games has not been holding up his part. Rudy Gobert has been fantastic. He is one of the major reasons they won this game. That and Mike Conley. Donovan Mitchell these last 2 games has been the reason the Jazz have struggled. It's just flat out. Guys, I'll look at the comments here in a second. I just got my thoughts. But Donovan Mitchell needs to play better. He is now the max player. We are not on a rookie contract anymore. We are on the max player contract. We are top tier player expectations because we are top tier player money. Right? I love Donovan Mitchell. I have stood up for Donovan Mitchell since the beginning of his career, and he has deserved it. But at this point in his career, he has got to continue evolving. This game was not good. The shot selection was really bad. One of the major shot selections, you've got Lee Christensen. Thank you, buddy. That's amazing. Shout out to you, Lee. You're awesome. Thank you. Donovan Mitchell in the first half, there was a shot where he had an open corner 3, hesitates, passes up the shot, and then goes into a mid-range shot, and it gives Dort time to guard him. Dort, who is one of the most incredible defenders in the league, and then what happens? He misses the shot. So what Donovan Mitchell has to do is take the shots that are given him. That's first. Because we know that Donovan Mitchell is an incredible shot maker, spot-up three-point shooter, incredible driving to the rim, scoring at the rim, just elite scorer. But when you're being guarded by Dort, it changes things. You know, it changed things for Harden. If it changes things for Harden, who is arguably the best offensive player in the NBA, it's going to change things for you too. And it feels like Donovan Mitchell in this game, his big thing was to, you know, when I face adversity in a defender, I'm just going to try to outshoot him or outscore him and outplay him offensively. And for Donovan Mitchell, that is not going to do that. You know, that's not going to work for anybody. You know, that's not going to work because you're playing against a guy whose incredible strength is doing one thing, and that's defending you. So what Donovan Mitchell needs to do is he needs to evolve. It can't just be, I've got to try to find ways to score even better, or just, you know, if I just do this move, then I'll score. No, Donovan, you've got to have moves, not just to score, but you've got to also have moves to pass the ball and distribute. You know, not every move that we learn in the offseason, you know, the pull-up three off the pick and roll behind the three-point line. Donovan's worked on that, and he's become very good at it. You know, or the driving to the rim and finding your layup shot when you notice that you've got a weak defender off balance and going to the rim and doing that. He's amazing at that. Or that pull-up mid-range that honestly won the game for the Jazz. Donovan's picked up those shots. He's got the offensive repertoire to win a lot of games. And we saw that in the playoffs too. When Donovan was being guarded by bad defenders, he smoked them. He smoked them, you know. But tonight, when you're going against Dort, you've got to evolve. You know, you've got to have moves that are not meant to just find a way to score. You've got to have moves that are ways to find a way to pass the ball. You've got to be Chris Paul in these situations. Chris Paul doesn't have moves to just like get to the rim and score. He has moves to find ways to open up things for his teammates. And then his counter is his scoring. And Donovan's got to do that. That's got to be his next step. Otherwise, Donovan Mitchell is always going to have someone like Mike Conley on the team. You know, if you don't find a way to like create for your teammates, you're going to always need a point guard, because at that point, you're just a shooting guard. And I personally believe that Donovan Mitchell can become the point guard that Utah has always wanted. But that's the next step he's got to take. And I think he can do that. But he's got to find ways to set up his teammates better. He's got to find ways to get moves that open up things for his teammates. You know, when I beat my man to the rim, it doesn't mean I have to shoot it. You know, it doesn't mean I have to take the shot. If I beat my man to the rim, that opens up all sorts of avenues for passing the ball. Because what happens when you beat your man to the rim, it bends the defense. And Donovan's next step is going to be finding that open man, understanding where that open shot is coming from. And then he takes the next level, you know? Lee Christensen. Yeah, we needed his hero ball. At the end we did, but Donovan Mitchell needed to be more Stockton than Dwayne Wade this game. He just did. When you're being guarded by Dort and they're not a very good team, you've got to find a way to open up things for your other teammates. And thank goodness for Bojan Bogdanovic figuring things out. Apparently his wrist clicked into place tonight and he was able to hit shots. Rudy Gobert, absolutely fantastic tonight. You know, he's one of those guys that and I don't have my stat lines in front of me right now, but I can tell you right now, I don't care what they were. His impact on the floor won this game for Utah. He just wins games for you. That play where Horford was out on the three-point line, Rudy Gobert rushes out, gives an amazing contest. Those are the contests you've got to be happy with. When Rudy Gobert runs out and gets the contest like that, and then he just sprints back and he's able to like sidestep alongside Al Horford, who had him beat and was able to contest the shot and stop that shot. That was a game-winning play as much as Donovan's shooting. Rudy Gobert won this game for the Jazz just as much as Donovan Mitchell did. So that core is looking nice for Utah. Let's see. Skyju, who do you think? Skyju, that's the name I pick out. Who do you think is the man of the match? I would say Rudy Gobert was a big-time reason we won this game. Also, Mike Conley. If Mike Conley did not play in this game, the Jazz lose by like 15 points. He was the reason. And then Bogey's shooting clicked in, and that got the offense the Jazz needed. Even Clarkson hit some shots that were pretty big. Let's see. Ronnie Price needs was terrible. Yeah, it was a little Ronnie Price night tonight. Let's see. Yes, other players are why we were in that, but that's why they're superstars in the league. Yep, I agree. Conley was 20, 10, and 9. Yes, he should have had a triple-double, I thought. I thought he had a triple-double. I guess he did not. But Conley was, yeah, you know what? Conley was the player of the game, I guess. He was fantastic. His ability to facilitate, rebounded the ball. He made everyone better. It was fantastic, guys. He was super good. And this was one of those games where it showed, like, this is why Conley's important, because when Donovan's having a bad night, Mike Conley can step in and have a big night as well. I have to say, Clarkson hit some big shots, too. Clarkson's shooting kept the Jazz in it, too. So that was nice. Let's see. Any other questions real quick? Let's see. Yeah, Donovan was playing too much hero ball tonight. He was. That is just a fact. He needs to like facilitate more. There's no reason, guys, why Donovan Mitchell cannot average 8 assists a game, at least. There's just no reason why he can't do that. He has got the passing ability. He's just got to learn to create those passing lanes, you know? That's what happens with these moves, is a lot of these moves Donovan Mitchell has, most of his moves are to score. And then it's kind of like the pass is kind of a bailout at the last second. What Donovan needs to do next is just figure out how to create moves and beat his man to create passing lanes for other players, whether it's a lob to Rudy, or if the lob's not there, then you adjust midair and you get the pass to Bojan or Royce O'Neal or someone to shoot an open three. He's just got to learn to facilitate better. He'll get there. It's like, I mean, being a point guard in the NBA and Donovan having to kind of learn on the job is one of the hardest things there is out there. It's one of the hardest things. And he is learning, but it's going to take time. It's not his natural position. It's not his natural thing. But the better he gets at it, the more effective he will be. Honestly, the more passing, the more assists Donovan gets, the more they're going to respect that pass, and it's going to open up shooting. And then it's game over. You know, then it's 28 points per game. Let's see. Mitchell's been, the last 2 games, Mitchell has not played well. He is not. But he played good enough in this game to win the game. And what's funny about the last game against the Timberwolves, the Jazz should have won that game. You know, Mitchell had a very bad game in that one too. And I have to say, Donovan Mitchell is the man. He's the guy. And when you're the guy, when you're LeBron, when you're Giannis, when you're James Harden, when you're Donovan Mitchell, it's up to you, you know? So when Donovan doesn't play well, the Jazz aren't as good. I lost my train of thought, but oh well. Last 2 games, but you know, game 1 in preseason, Donovan looked amazing. And then we know what he did in the playoffs. So it's not like Donovan Mitchell forgot how to play basketball. He'll get better. He's just got to facilitate better. He just does. And I think he can be 7-8 assists a game, but that's what he has to do to get to that next level. Donovan steps it up when he needs it to, though. He doesn't go extra hard at the beginning of the season. He's playing the long game. Maybe. He played pretty hard tonight. I just think it's not necessarily I think it's not like a play hard problem. And I don't even know if it's a problem. I think it's just like an adjustment. It's just like learning to make the right play, you know, making the right pass when it's a pass that needs to be done. Taking the shot when it needs to be taken. Like we said, if you have an open corner 3, take the open corner 3. Passing up an open corner 3 is a cardinal sin. You know, like 10% of your shots in the game are corner 3s. It's the best shot in the game. So that's like, there aren't many of those. So passing up a corner 3, I bet you Quinn Snyder's pissed off about that because you don't get a lot of those. And the entire offense is designed to create those corner 3s, you know? So passing that up, that's on Don. And you know what? That miss, that's a 3-point shot. It's not as close a game if he takes that corner 3 because we know how good a shooter Donovan Mitchell is. Conley is really stepping it up. I love to see it. Yes, Conley has been fantastic for Utah. He's been every bit the player they wanted this season. And I know nationally they're not paying attention, but they will soon because the Jazz won tonight. I hope Donovan kind of can evolve. They can look at some film. But so far, so good for Utah. A win's a win. You'll take it. And by the way, wins against bad teams at the beginning of the season, those are good wins, guys. The Oklahoma City Thunder are supposed to be bad. But do you think the players think that? No. The players want to go to the playoffs. The players are playing for a contract. The players are trying to win games, you know. So Oklahoma City Thunder played hard tonight. This first month or 2 of a season is actually really hard because every team you're playing thinks they have a chance to make the playoffs, you know. Things ease up actually midway and near the end of the year. It's the beginning of the year where you play teams like the Wolves and the Thunder and you can get got because they're playing really hard. You know, it's easy to lose these games. It's why teams like, the Jazz aren't the only one who've been upset this year too, by the way. The Cavs beat the Sixers last night by like 20, you know, so these things happen. We should have beat the Thunder by at least 10 plus, but it's still a great win for Utah. Gabe Peterson. Yep. And like I said, a win's a win. These are harder games than you would think, honestly. You know, these teams are playing their butts off. 14 turnovers first half, 2 in the second. That, Kent Turpin, if that's true, good stat, Kent. That's a big deal because the turnovers killed the Jazz that was the reason the Jazz lost to the Timberwolves. They just kept turning the ball over. The Jazz just need to be more crisp, too. And I'll say this. I would rather have shots than turning the ball over. A missed shot is like a million times better than turnover. A million times better. Because at the very least, it's a shot. You know, you have a turnover go the other way. That's like -2, you know, as opposed to 0. A tie is always better than a loss, I guess. Let's see. Mountain Mike. Yes, Nate Moto Dragon. I love the name, by the way. Mountain Mike has been fantastic. Danny Abarca, lazy passes. Yes, that was the name of the game against the Timberwolves. You learn more from difficult games than you do from easy blowout wins. I agree, Lee Christensen. Good point. And these are tough games, like we said. Nate Moto Dragon, poor situational awareness in the first half. Yeah, it's, you know what? Utah also just needs to play better defense from start to finish. They have just not been playing very hard on defense outside of like Rudy Gobert. And even Rudy, I would say, needs to close out better. That closeout in the second half that he did on Horford was like a million times better than the other closeouts in the first half where Horford made 3 threes. You know, the closeouts need to be better, more intensity. And I know it's hard. It's a long season, but that's what wins you games. Jack McCormick, I've honestly seen some lackadaisical protection of the ball from Ingles. I love Jingle and Joe, but he's got to protect the ball. Yes, here's a little secret and something I do when I watch games. Joe Ingles has 1 bad turnover every game. This is my little secret to you guys. It's every game, and it drives me crazy. He's amazing. I love Joe Ingles. He's a plus-minus monster. He helps you win. But he will make 1 lazy, dumb pass every single game, and it drives you crazy. Jaming, Rudy deserves his contract. He does. I mean, I don't know if he's worth as much as the Jazz paid him, but he's close to it. And guess what? He's worth it because it keeps Rudy on the Jazz. And you weren't getting anything else. At best, you were getting what? Clint Capella from Atlanta. And that's about it. So Rudy Gobert staying on the Jazz is much better than they were going to get outside of that. So why wasn't Mike's last pass an assist to Don? I don't know. Conspiracy. Let's get the tinfoil hats on. The NBA is coming against the Jazz for some reason. We won, but we didn't play very well. Mitchell was terrible today. Say hello to Brazil. Brazil, brah. I think you're saying Brazil, Federico Fonseca. Shout out to Brazil. Shout out to Brazil and other countries. Shout out to all the countries, all the people. I love all countries. We're pro countries here. Hey, Keith Smith, you're the man. That's great. Thank you. You guys are amazing. So, hey, you know what? Maybe we'll do more of these lives. And you know what, guys? Now that we're up kind of late, this has gone a little while. Oh, I took my hat off. I broke my rule. That's for Key Smith. Key, that's for you. What I just made myself forget what I was gonna say. Let me know in the comments, like, if you guys like these lives, we can do more of these. I enjoy it. I like doing the post games and posting them because I get a little bit of production. The production value of this is a little different than in my room with my green screen and all the things I do with like the back end stuff, you know. But I am very appreciative to you guys for the donations. That's amazing. I didn't even think that would happen tonight. So that's pretty cool. You guys are the best. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. And you know what? This is making me think that we probably need to do more live streams, and maybe in different ways. Maybe we need to have like a set day for live streams, and we talk basketball and mostly talk Jazz, but we can talk the whole league. Guys, let's see if there's any more questions. Otherwise, I'm going to, oh man, another one from Key. You're the man. You guys are pretty great. I am touched, honestly. I did not expect this. All right, Nick Atkinson, pregame. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Pre-game live stream, not bad, not bad. How do you donate? I'm in. I don't know, but let's figure it out. I didn't really know you could do that, but let's do it. Keep the late night streams coming. Maybe we'll start doing a nightly late night. Maybe. Guys, one of the problems that I face is that my internet at my home sucks. I moved out to Clinton that has sucky internet, and for some reason I can't get Comcast, and I have stupid I had CenturyLink, and that sucked. So I had to go to Rise Broadband. And I'm dealing with it. But you know what? I think there's ways I can make that work. We can make some hotspots and figure this out because this live stream's pretty fun. I'm kind of liking this a lot. Let's see. Jordan Clarkson playing great through 3 games, 18 points per game, 5 rebounds per game. That's pretty big. 2 thoughts there. Jordan Clarkson is going to be the 6th man of the year, or at least get votes for it this year. That 5 rebounds per game tells you something. And something that the Jazz are quietly doing really well this year is their team rebounding has been amazing. Keith Smith, you are the key to my heart with that donation. You are amazing. The team rebounding has been amazing. Royce O'Neal has been just an DW. You are awesome. This is amazing. The Ruckus. Love everything you do. I'm fairly new to your channel, but I want it religiously now. Keep it up. I'll be here rapidly awaiting your next videos. You guys are amazing. DW, thank you. You're amazing. Shout out to all you guys. Except for DNZ. F the Jazz. I'll allow that comment. I don't care. No to that, DNZ. The Jazz are forever my favorite team. Royce O'Neal has been an incredible rebounder. The team rebounding for the Jazz in general has been great because what the Jazz are doing is they have a center doing most of the rebounding. Rudy Gobert with the starting unit. Rudy Gobert, Derek Favors with the second unit. Matty, bro, you're amazing for showing us what's under the hat. This is what's under the hat. That's what I was when I was in college. I had to marry my wife quickly before this happened. I got it just in time, just like the Jazz tonight. Got that ring done, guys, tonight before I lost my hair and my significant other. But anyways, the team rebounding, because the Jazz are playing with one big most times, Rudy Gobert and then Derek Favors, they've had to do team rebounding. And Royce O'Neal, Jordan Clarkson, we're seeing 5 rebounds per game. All of these guys are stepping up and rebounding the ball, and it's amazing. And I'm kind of blown away. All these guys, you guys donated. That is like amazing. You guys are freaking awesome. $5, Thomas Matthews. You're the man. You're amazing, guys. DNZ 10-14. Conley sucked last year. Well, the first half, but then the second half he was good. Also, be nice, DNZ. What? Why would you be like that? Nah, Lakers is better. I mean, they do have LeBron and AD, so maybe, probably. They won the title. The Jazz didn't, so I guess. Keith Smith, $2. You're basically a stripper now with all these. All right, Nate Dragon LMAO. There you go. I'm your guy's Jazz stripper, I guess. That's what my nickname is now. This is what it's come to. I did not know that's what I would become when I created this channel, that I would be the Jazz stripper for all of you guys. Before Bron and AD, DNZ, sorry, I really like Brandon Ingram, but not better than the Jazz. Jazz family runs deep. Clay Harris, $9.99. Oh my gosh, what is going on? You guys are amazing. There we go. There we go. What is going on? You guys are the best. I am conflicted about what happened tonight. Very conflicted internally. This is pretty good stuff. But guys, here's what I'm going to say. I have a podcast. Hey, thanks, DNZ. We converted you to my boo day. Woo! Woo! This is how we get when the Jazz win. Yes. Although when we beat the Oklahoma City Thunder, we probably shouldn't be that excited. Guys, this has been a lot of fun. We're definitely going to do this more often, I think. I don't know. I honestly, just to be honest, you guys are amazing. I do this channel because I enjoy it. I love it. Jack McCormick, $1.99. That gets me a couple McChickens, baby. Keep this up and maybe we can see a ring this year. Yeah! What if we got a championship? Your stripper name is James Frequency. Frequency. Go, Chad. Woo! 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 Is this like what those streamer girls do? That if I show some cleavage, maybe that'll help me do some more. Although right under here, it's a lot of hair and a lot of bad decisions right here in the kitchen. I'll just say that. The line on the OKC game was OKC by 7.5. So I think that means that if you bet on the Jazz, you lost. So tough stuff. Moving to Utah next year. Where should I live? Depends. Are you rich or poor, DW? If you're, not rich, you're probably living outside the valley. If you have good money, you can probably pick where you want. I recommend living in like Murray or Sandy or I like living in like the middle of the city because you're around everything. And Salt Lake is legitimately an amazing city. It really is. It's like, guys, all right, we're off topic here. Salt Lake City is one of the best cities in the United States. And I'm not just biased here. I've lived in California. I've lived in Ohio. I've lived in North Carolina. I lived in Idaho. And I tell you what, SLC has every type of food you could want. It's all good. It's a low-key, great foodie city. It is literally 10 minutes from every sort of like outdoor type of thing you could want. It's got professional sports teams. It's a safe place. There's not a lot of like crime and stuff. It's like relatively low cost, although the high cost of housing is going way up. But it's still like decent cost of living, you know, and you can live outside the valley, and the people are nice. I know that Utah has a lot of problems to get over. I know things that happened, like, you know, within the stadium were not good. And there's some things that Salt Lake and Utah in general needs to be better at. But overall, living in Salt Lake City and Utah is fantastic. It really is. My dad calls Utah Whitefika. I prefer East SLC. Yeah, there's not as much diversity as you would like in Salt Lake City, but it is a great place, and it is a nice place to be. It's got problems, but guess what? Everywhere has problems. Everywhere does. Believe me, they all do. Don't forget about the beautiful women. Yes, you know, my wife lives in Utah, and she's beautiful. So there you go. Thank you. I like my glasses too. Rylan Ortiz. Arc X, say hi. Hi. Guys, I've got to go. This was incredible. This is one of the best videos I've ever done because of you guys. You're amazing. I guess I'll allow that comment. Guys, that's all I got to say. You're amazing. I appreciate you. I legitimately love you. I appreciate you watching the channel and subscribing. Hit the bell for these videos when they come out. We're going to do more of these live streams because this was amazing, and we'll do it more often because I think you guys obviously like it. I also need to do those memberships. So we'll set up the memberships. I've just been lazy about it, and we'll set those up so you guys can be members of the channel. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. You're the best. You're the best.